Hey everyone, welcome back to AI with Pallavi. Ready to learn another AWS service in just 10 minutes? Let's get started. Let's learn AWS Secrets Manager. Now, this is one of the service which actually helps you to secure all your secrets. Now, by secrets, we mean database password, some keys for external vendors, and a lot more components. So, anything which you feel should not be hard coded should reside in Secrets Manager. Let's look at the components this has. Now, if you see here, what actually Secret Manager is, it is actually a credential vault. So, any credential which you want to store should actually be part of Secret Manager instead of hard coding that within your code itself. Now, it has an encrypted key value storage. You can store API keys, connection strings, credentials, all as encrypted JSON. There is also a rotation provided, like automatic credential changes. You can schedule Lambda function changes, which can update the credentials with no app downtime. Then you can also define resource policy of who can read the secret, who can rotate the secret, and much more. So it is fully secure in that way as well. There is a safe rotation in progress, and how this is done is based on the staging, based on the states defined, like AWS current, AWS pending, AWS previous. This clearly means what is the current state of the key present within Secrets Manager. Then it also allows encryption at rest. So every secret can be encrypted with a KMS key. It can be AWS managed by default or your own customer managed key. Now there is also an API facility provided by Secret Manager. You can fetch the APIs on runtime, so it's never stored. Just for example, you can store that generally in environment variables, but as soon as you deploy it, that needs to be changed every time, right? But if you want to just retrieve those credentials from Secret Managers on runtime, it provides the APIs as well, so that can be used. Then these are the core components which we discussed, right? Secret storage and encryption, automatic rotation, resource-based policy, version staging. Now, AWS pending holds the new value during rotation, right? It shows that it is currently in rotation. AWS current is what the apps fetches at real time. AWS previous is the rollback safety net. So if anything fails during the update or in rotation, it just falls back to the AWS previous. So it's not that your previous credential is lost. It is like to do in advance. If you just want to fall back, if the new one is not working, this can be used. Now, retrieval SDK, this has API calls. For example, get secret values, the runtime API call, which can be used to fetch it on runtime basis. One key feature is cross-region replication. So in case of disaster recovery, right, settings, you can also ensure that your credentials are replicated across different regions. So you do not lose them in any case. Now, not every secret rotates the same way. So you can define how it needs to rotate, right? Let's say if you have an RDS master password, right? And you want to put that in AWS template, and you set up that it needs to be rotated every 30 days. So a built-in template handles this end-to-end. It does not require any custom rotation code in that case. Now, third-party API key. In this case, if you want to have a custom Lambda, right? So you can schedule a custom method, right? You can schedule a custom update template. Then legacy static token. So this can be rotated only manually. So it never rotates automatically. It rotates only if someone does it. So it still gets encryption, still has access control and audit logging, but it is not rotated automatically. But all of this can be stored at one place, that is Secret Manager. Now, what are the use cases where you actually need it, right? So it can be used in database credential rotation, for example, RDS and Aurora. And if you see, I've also mentioned why we should not use environment variables there, because those require a redeploy every time the password changes, which defeats the point of rotation. So yeah, so every time if you need to just update environment variables, if it changes, then automatic rotation doesn't make sense, right? Third party API key management. If you want to do that, if you want to manage it, the third party API key that can be used. Now, cross account secret sharing. Resource policies can actually grant access without copying, so that can be used. Let me also show you how that can be done, but you can also use that and deploy credentials fetched at runtime. So at the runtime also you can use that. Now for cross region, like or cross account, how you can do it? Let's say you have account A, account B, account C, and you have a centralized security account, right? You don't want to add your security credentials on any of these accounts. You want that to be in a master account. So how you can connect that is using a VPC pairing connection. You store it there and you enable cross-region secrets application. So it is in US East 1, EU West 1, and secrets can be replicated across different regions. So that's how it is cross-region as well as cross-account. Cross-account using VPC pairing connection and cross-region using cross-region secrets application. So this actually really helps to understand how you can manage your secrets. Now, how it works, right? The rotation, start to finish. So, rotation schedule fires as soon as, let's say, every 30 days or whenever you configured, a Lambda function is invoked. Now, if test connection fails, then CloudWatch alarm fires and you can take the action. If not, the test passes and it's promoted to AWS current. Now, test connection means that it actually tries to find the right credential, and if let's say credential is not able to be updated in any due to any reason, then rotation is marked as failed and alarm is fired, and apps keeps working. It still uses the old credential, but you need to ensure that you rotate it well. Now, what you need to know for certifications, right? Secret managers versus parameter store. Very common, you can say, confusion people have. Secret manager helps you to store the secrets, automatic rotation per secret, resource policies. While parameter store, it's free tier available, no built-in automatic rotation, simpler for non-credential config values. So for configuration values, use parameter store, but anything where you need to manage the secrets, credentials, use secrets manager. Single user versus alternating user rotation. Let's say if you are just using single user password and you are trying to update that, if anything fails, that is the issue. To ensure you have multi-user credentials there. Resource policy versus IAM policy, what are the differences? AWS managed versus customer managed KMS key. Runtime fetch versus environment variable injection, I know we discussed this one. And cross-region replication versus manual copy. So all these things actually helps you to understand what are the core principles for secrets manager. Now, if you need to create secret manager, just go to the console, just ensure that you go to store a new secret. Now, you can choose a secret type. Credentials for RDS, for DocumentDB, Redshift, external secret for other database. So, right, it already gives you multiple categories or other type of secret, right? You can define the key value pair, the encryption type, and then you can configure the secret. So all these things are required whenever you start with. So let me give test value, encryption key automatic selected. If I do next, I can configure the secret name, what I want to do, then the tags, then replicate secret. If I want to replicate it across different regions, I can do that. If not, I can schedule automatic rotation, or have a schedule expression, or build it via this. So all these features are present, and then at the end I can configure a rotation function as well. So that's how you can create a secret uh, within a secret manager. Just one more thing, this is a cheat sheet for you to understand how it happens. So this is a problem that generally you just hard code it. If it is leaked, the credentials are exposed. If you don't want to do it, the solution says to keep that in secret manager. Now, how an application can retrieve a secret is using the get secret value API call. You can have automatic rotation as well. Architecturally, how it happens, there can be compute where you're calling that from. You call the get secret API. It checks the permission, whether we have the permissions to call it. It finds an encrypted secret or encrypted via AWS KMS and give it. So the life cycle of a secret would be create secret, encrypt, store secret, application retrieves, automatic rotation, new version created, and old version retired. So this is how you can create AWS Secrets Manager and you can use it. just like that, you have learned another AWS service in 10 minutes. Hit that subscribe button if you like this video and comment if you have any questions related to this service or if there is any service you want me to focus next. Happy learning!